I wouldn't wish the first 3 years of parenting that I went through on anybody. So my oldest is Holland. She is 5, she'll be 6 in May. Her father and I split because he has an alcohol issue. He began to do some work on himself, begun to be sober and begun to stay sober. And so we began to start to try to be a family again. And that's when I found out I was pregnant with Buckley, and he relapsed almost less than 48 hours after our son was born. He's not in their lives. He doesn't really call. Most women, when they're pregnant, it's the happiest time of their life. They're overjoyed. I remember a lot of the times I spent stressed, scared, depressed. I went from being a stay-at-home mom to having to be a full-time mom. I was failing in every way. I wanted better for my kids.
My name is Eva McDorman, and I am Samantha's aunt and Holland, Buckley, and Daniel's great aunt. Samantha's mom, who is my oldest sister, passed away when Samantha was 14. And so I've tried to play as big of a part in Sam's life as I could from a distance. She lived in central Missouri and myself here in Liberty. But August of 2023, Samantha contacted me, letting me know that she was in a situation in which she needed some support with the kids, and she needed some time to be able to get her feet under her and save up some money. So we agreed to take the kids in for, at the time, what was going to be about 3 months.
I cried for a straight hour. I wasn't in a place to have another kid. After finding out I was pregnant, I told Daniel's dad. He immediately kicked me out. I got home from work and he told me that I needed to basically just get my things and leave, that it'd be better off that I moved in with my aunt and left. I called my aunt. She left my daughter with my grandmother in Jeff City, and then she proceeded to come to me so we could get my things packed into her vehicle and mine.
Holland and Buckley had been with us for a while at that point. And that news just hit our family, hit me, hit my husband, just incredibly hard. And I think that the kindness of God in those moments was what I had to depend on.
It was one of those life-changing moments for me where it definitely made me realize I have 3 other humans who will reap the consequences of my actions if I am not making the next right decision every single day.
At that point, I tried to help Sam confirm the pregnancy. So we contacted Liberty Women's Clinic, and they got her in right away for an ultrasound.
And so we went, and they, confirmed I was a little over 7 weeks. They would reach out every so often to me. They'd ask me if I needed any help or if I was, if there was anything they could do. I had to have an emergency C-section. It was almost like a blur of the catastrophic events that then followed all that. He was in the hospital for a week in the NICU. I didn't think I wanted a 3rd kid. It was almost like now that he was here, without him, my world would crumble. He and I have been fighting an ongoing battle since the day he was conceived. Between my body, between the world, between everything. And I don't know how he wakes up and has just smiles.
It's taken an incredible village to get Samantha to the point she's at. Groups like Man Up, Caden's Closet, Priority Care Pediatrics, and then the car ministry at Pleasant Valley.
All these things that I didn't have back in Jeff City. I was there and I was failing, and I was failing to be a good mom. I was failing to thrive. My kids were failing to thrive. And I came up here, and it started with Liberty's Women's Clinic. They started what ultimately became the road, the path that I'm on now. Making better decisions, being up here and being successful up here. And the donors are like, yeah, I want to help. Like, that's a great thing to have. Like, I've never in my life seen a program that willingly has people set up that want to help people. If community programs like this existed everywhere, like, no single mom would have to feel like they're going without.
Sam is really stepping into the mom that she can be. She is growing more confident and really believing that she can do this.
My strength comes from the ability of knowing that no matter what I do, my kids are always looking at me. My mom's strength comes from the fact that I missed out on a lot with my mom. I missed out on a whole world of things. And I don't ever want to miss out on anything when it comes to my kids. I want them to understand that life is great. Life can be great. And I made mine very complicated. I made it so complicated that sometimes it takes me and my aunt to run it. But they don't say life takes a village for a reason. And my village just happens to be very small, but very big in so many ways.
Liberty Women's Clinic provides a hub of sort of connection.
These kind of community help really do allow people like myself to thrive when we've been set up for failure.
We were supporters. Now we've been recipients of that blessing in Sam and the kids' lives. And now we get to continue to see Liberty Women's Clinic do that for other women and families as well.
And I think that's my biggest strength, is being able to say, I'm not a good mom right now. I need help. Getting that help and then continuing to still do better and better. I'm here today because of my choices. And then I made the choice to turn it around. And I've never looked back.